What's up? What's up? AWO here, Aaron Warrior. On this Wednesday night, I must warn you, I have a major cold, so you're gonna hear me blow my nose, and I'll be spending a lot of time with the tissue, with the tissues. I do have a major cold. Okay, a major cold. Yeah, let you know. See there, let you know. I gotta get the tissue box right next to me. Uh, okay, I got the box, tissues, because of my fucking nose, the cold I have. Oh man, James Gunn. There's a lot of James Gunn articles out there. A lot of stuff James Gunn in the DCU. Okay, a lot of things we're going to talk about today. Peacemaker, Sergeant Walk, Ladders, Supergirl, future movies, the ratings of future movies. What I mean by that, the for audience ratings. That's what I mean. Okay? So please, yeah, relax, sit back, let's enjoy this stream best as possible. Please say hello in the chat. Please, I can see this chat this time. Okay, I'm gonna pull up articles, a bunch of articles, and I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best with my code to do this stream. Okay. I'm trying my best. I apologize in advance. Okay. I apologize. Okay. Let's get into this. So where should we start off with James Gunn? Because there's a lot. There's a lot. Yes, I know my thumbnail has lanterns and Peacemaker, but is this where you really want to? Is this where you want to start off, guys? Peacemaker and Supergirl. I mean, and lanterns. All right, but I'm gonna just pull some articles. I guess we'll pull up this. This is I don't know why a wrestling channel, but whatever. A wrestling channel will have this. But I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna pull this up for you guys. It's all about you guys. All right, pull this up. Okay. I'm gonna pull this up for you guys. So this refers to Peacemaker, and we're gonna go on other shit. Oh wait, no, I thought something was coming on. Oops. Nope. Oh man, I thought something was coming on. No, I'm sorry. So I'd like to say hi in the chat to people if they want to show up. I saw Blind in the chat 2 days ago. 2 days ago, he was in the chat. Um, but he's not there anymore because, yeah, whatever. Blinded, get your butt in here. All right, let's see this. Let's see what James Gunn had to say about Peacemaker Season 1. Okay, let's see what the god of the DCU had to say about Peacemaker Season 1. Yeah, I call him the god of DCU, or one of the gods of the DCU. Okay, so let's see this. So please come in, guys. Please come in, please. All right, so let's go to Peacemaker first. James Gunn revealed what parts of the first season of Peacemaker are canon in the new DC universe, and the answer is almost everything. Some few elements have always been known to be carried over as canon from the old DCEU, almost entirely in regard to Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. Gunn confirmed the news in a new interview with IGN, promoting the upcoming Creature Commandos, and said everything except the appearance of the Justice League in the Season 1 finale is canon. So he said he's saying everything, everything in the Season 1 of Peacemaker is canon. That's what he's saying, okay? And that, except at the end where we got the Justice League at the end, specifically Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller as Aquaman and the Flash. Okay, let's continue. What else? Now, in Creatures Commando. So this is from here. This is from this. I think this is this quote right here. Now, in Creature Commandos, you hear them talk about things that happen in the Suicide Squad or Peacemaker. Gunn said, "Well, then those things automatically become canon. The truth is, almost all Peacemaker is canon, with the exception of the Justice League, which we will kind of deal with in the next season of Peacemaker." When asked why he didn't start with a new show and instead continue with Peacemaker, Gunn said, "Because it's my favorite thing to do. It's the biggest original X show ever that I have ran. It won't be confusing." Creature Commandos kicks off DC Universe on Max December 5th, while Peacemaker is set to arrive later next year in August. Okay. What's up, Sideways? I'm battling just a cold. That's what I'm battling. I'm in a war with the cold. All right, now there. See, you hear me. You hear me blow my nose like that. That means I'm in a war with a cold. That's what. AWO Aaron versus a cold. That's what's up. War. It's war. You know what? The fuck is this? Sorry, checking my phone. There we go. Fuck. There we go. All right. There we go. Much better. Much better. Um, but yeah, I'm in a war with a cold. That's what's up. Okay, so this is Peacemaker. So it's just James Gunn is basically saying everything in season 1 is canon except for the revival of the Justice League and Creature Commandos is going to fill in the holes, mention stuff what happens in Peacemaker. I don't know the fucking like what they're gonna mention for Peacemaker. Okay, okay. I guess they'll explain the Justice League. They would have to, right? They'll probably come up with something. Multiverse, Flashpoint, maybe they'll come up with something, some explanation about the Justice League. I assume. Michelle Obama? Where Michelle Obama's here? Tell Michelle Obama to watch my stream. I love Michelle Obama here. I feel like Peacemaker, Season 2 of Waller, and Creature Commandos could have been in its own role and caught the Suicide Squad Gunverse, and then Superman Lantern Supergirl would be in the DCU. Trust in James Gunn. He has a plan. He has a plan. He has a plan. Like this is James Gunn, right? He has a plan. I believe in James Gunn. He has a fucking plan. That's what I say. Okay. Of course. I wonder how they're gonna explain the Justice League. The Justice League. I guess they'll say Suicide Squad. They'll explain it. The Creature Commando Suicide Squad. That's what I mean. Not okay. Just a minute. Blinded, come in, buddy. Buddy, come in. I need you. I need you. I need someone to take the pressure off me tonight with my fucking cold. Okay, I need somebody to take the pressure off me tonight. Cause I'll be doing that all night. What the snoring? That blowing. Yeah, I'll be blowing cocaine on here. You want me crack? Yeah. I need a co-host tonight. I really do. You could tell. You could tell I kind of need one right now. There we go again. There we go again. Thank you, Blinded. I'm sniffing up. I'm sniffing up crack on live on air. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not doing crack live on air. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't go to Diddy parties either. Stay away from Diddy parties. Okay? Yozo in the grassy. I'm in war right now with my nose. My nose. Oh man. It's war. War of the nose. War. My nose has been like it's been like a waterfall all day, but with snot. Don't you just hate that? Yeah, that's me today. Today. Don't do cocaine with Feige. He does cocaine, Feige. Well, so far, if he does do cocaine, it hasn't affected his performance with the Marvel Studios, right? If it starts affecting Marvel Studios and it comes out, he does do cocaine and stuff, he's fired. He's gone. They're gonna let him go. Oh man, yeah, Blind's gonna come on. I think I sent him. Yeah, I did send him a link. There we go. There's my sidekick.
What's up?
That's I'm just battling my nose. It's
Yeah, you
been
told me you were
running.
sick. I'm surprised you went live because I thought you weren't gonna.
Oh, I can talk. I don't have a problem with my throat. I just have a problem with my nose. That's it.
Oh, okay.
It's my the past 2 days. Even yesterday, I did have I did have issues with my throat, but I got better overnight. It got better during the day.
Right.
Uh, I thought it was like a sore throat strap throat. It was just a cold. Sometimes the throat will cold will make your throat feel like it's a sore throat,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. That's what it was. I actually called the doctor to make sure,
Right.
but the throat is gone. The sore throat is gone. I just have the nose, no fever, no aches, just a bit of a cough, bit of sneezing, uh, bloody nose, and that's basically a cold. That's symptoms of a cold, really. Degrassi, of course, cocaine. Nah,
Lots of cocaine. Lots of snow.
come in, Degrassi. So yeah, this is not the like. What did you read about this? I mean, you were watching while I was reading about this. What's
Well,
your
I don't actually
analysis?
know what was this. I was just saying. I was just speaking
Do you
randomness in the
think
chat.
everything is season one Peacemaker's canon except the
Oh yeah.
Bible twist?
So I think I talked about that yesterday on stream.
Did you?
I
Uh,
think so. Because I was saying that I believe that Peacemaker season two, like the reason why like the Justice League part is not canon, but technically it is because no one believes Peacemaker that, you know,
oh,
the Justice League showed up. That's my guess as to why. Because the thing is, that part could be real, it could not be real. Because, I mean, the thing is, they could also retcon it and say, well, it was a different Justice League or a different team, or I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter that much. But I mean,
yeah,
yeah, the show has to be canon, right? Because of the events of Suicide Squad and his dad and all these different things. So we'll
yeah.
see how that all plays out.
Hey, Degrassi, this is fucking hilarious. What are you playing,
What
by
was
the
that?
way?
I'm
Resident
playing
Evil.
the Resident Evil 4 mercenary mode. So I'm not playing the story mode because they don't
Oh,
want me to progress the story without them. So
oh, but they want you to stream that.
yeah, I stream the story part of it.
Have you figured out Discord yet?
No, I was busy today and
Uh,
yeah, so I didn't bother with any of that. I'll look
okay.
into it after.
Well, yeah. So yeah, obviously you can do it through phone. The video I sent you is through the phone. You can also do it through the. You
Yeah,
have
I
to.
want some people to come on to make
Yeah.
it easier. Like if you were to come on to my stream, you don't have to go through PSN.
No. You'll see this. You'll appear on the PlayStation. You'll say connected to Discord. You'll see that.
Hmm.
You'll see that once. Yeah, when you choose the option.
Right.
Uh, yeah, and then you'll see the voice chat. You know the voice chat. You'll see this. You'll have a Discord section.
Hmm.
Everybody in the Discord chatting. Yeah, that's why I was in the other stream testing it.
Hmm.
That's why. Yeah.
Ooh.
Degrassi, I sent you an invite. I think on both on your accounts, X and Blue Sky.
Hmm. Oh
I
shit.
mean, Sean God has a role in everything. Sean God is like Sean God should play a shapeshifter. That's what he should be. He should be Martian
Sure.
Manhunter, a white version of Martian Manhunter. I'm sorry.
No man.
Wait. Wasn't there white versions of Martian Manhunter at one point?
I'm not sure.
But I'm
That's.
pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure Martian Manhunter was also white in some incarnations.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Degrassi probably knows. He could post it in the
He
chat.
is. Oh, he's not Clayface though. That's Adam
Sean
Taylor.
Gunn has a role in Sergeant Rock. So is Sergeant Rock not canon, or is it
Okay,
modern
Sergeant
day,
Rock.
or
I'll be honest with you. I don't know why they're doing Sergeant Rock. He's a low tier character. He shouldn't do no characters on film right at the
I think they're
beginning.
just doing whatever. Why not just do whatever? Like it's better if you have ideas that are
I'll tell
good
you.
and can make for good movies than just doing the popular characters. You know
Well,
what I
I'm gonna
mean?
say this. It's probably gonna be the biggest flop because of the popularity of the character. Nobody really knows him. I mean, it's not gonna do Supergirl money. I don't think we'll do
Maybe, but
Supergirl
maybe
money.
not. Maybe it's just, it could be a good movie. Maybe it's a low budget movie too.
Yeah, Supergirl. I like Supergirl. Yeah, thank you, Degrassi. Supergirl. Supergirl was what? Yeah, 2026. Whatever. But yeah, like this. He said in Creature Commando, so you're gonna reference some stuff in Peacemaker. Like what happens in Peacemaker, you're gonna
Yeah,
reference some stuff. So we'll maybe get answers about the Justice League. Maybe Flashpoint happened. I don't know. Maybe some multiverse shit happened already. Um,
I don't know. I think it's just there's no multiverse stuff at all. Because I mean, the thing is, Peacemaker outside of the ending was pretty like detached from the DCU.
it really was.
I mean, they reference characters, sure, but like that could have been in any universe, right? So I don't know.
Yeah, and the DCU, they mentioned a lot of established characters too.
Hmm.
Villains wise, they talk about the Joker, the Riddler. He mentions them. Uh, well, that's because in the DCU, Batman's been around for a while, so it makes sense for his Will Geller to be around for a while too.
Right.
Because yeah, it's like okay, the DCU is technically DCU. You could kind of separate from the Snyderverse, but it's not fully disconnected from the Snyderverse, right? There's still some elements from the
Yeah. There's.
Snyderverse.
I mean, well, yeah, just because of Peacemaker and Suicide Squad
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, it'll be a mid-budget movie. That's fine.
Yeah, if it's a
Yeah, the
mid-budget
guys will
movie,
be joining
then
us soon.
who cares?
Yeah. Oh,
All
we'll
right.
get to that for sure. Also, you mentioned it could be rated R, more rated R movies.
Ooh.
Not surprised.
Yeah, I mean that was another. There's a lot of dumb. A little. This is why I mean, I'm busy anyway, but this is why I want to get off of social media because I feel like people just say dumb shit just for sake of saying dumb shit.
Oh, because of rated
Like so,
R.
yeah. So now it's like, oh, and they're doing dark stuff, even though that's not what people wanted from the Snyderverse. And it's like, well, I mean,
No.
like that's not the
That's
reason
not what
why
it was.
people.
Yeah.
It's a lot more complicated. Like the dark part of it, for sure, they messed up on. I think if it was good,
Look,
I don't think people would
the
mind.
Batman, the Batman and Penguin was dark stuff, and that worked.
Right, but I mean, in general, I think the DCU wasn't good, and that's really it. I mean, also, I think people don't want this dark Superman as
The
well. They
problem
want
is
a
Snyder
comic accurate
rated
Superman.
R doesn't always need to be dark.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it
Why do
doesn't
people think
always need
rated
to
R
be
is always
dark.
dark stuff? I mean, um,
Well, I
Suicide
mean,
Squad was.
just because of blood and gore, usually.
I'll say it's Deadpool and Wolverine. That wasn't dark. It was fun,
No, so
fun.
it had some dark elements, but yeah,
But yeah, I wouldn't classify it as a dark movie, right?
no,
I
no,
would
no.
classify it as the first rated R movie in the MCU. That's it. But I wouldn't
Right.
classify it as a dark movie. It's a different shade of dark space. The only thing in I mean, like Suicide Squad, I would not classify it. Maybe it's a little dark. Maybe comedic dark.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh, the Suicide Squad is dark, 100%.
oh, this
That's
one, yeah,
dark.
because it's monsters. It has to be dark shit like that, right?
Well, I mean, the beginning is dark. Like the characters just
Yeah,
get freaking offed for sure. I
yeah.
mean, I would say that the Suicide Squad is a dark movie. Yes.
The thing, yeah, like you said about Snyder, is that is we don't mind dark. We just mind if it's good storytelling.
Yeah, or if it's well, good storytelling, and I think his version of Superman wasn't interesting at all. So there's
No,
also that as well.
because the problem is people don't really want a dark Superman. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't think it works.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to kind of New 52. They tried to rebrand it more like a pissed off, darker little Superman. Did more of a hopeless, hope not hopeless, more of a optimistic. But
Hmm.
Superman is not that. Like that, the New 52 damaged the character of Superman. Bad.
Yeah.
Same as Snyder. And James Gunn is going back to the roots, right? Like that's what we DC killers that work are rated our DC project. Red Hood, Deathstroke, Lobo, Swamp Thing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Lanterns would be dark. Huntress has to be dark. Lanterns don't necessarily need to be dark.
Well,
I
he
mean, it
said
would be
it's
good.
going to be grounded. So I mean, that's a pretty
I
big
mean,
deal
look.
that he said that. Which I mean, we're not. I'm not surprised by that based on the premise of the story. It sounded pretty grounded.
Yeah, yeah. It
I
is
don't know
grounded.
why people are freaking out all of a sudden when they gave us a pretty clear source of inspiration. Which, yeah, that Green Lantern
I think
comic
I know
is
why.
not traditional Green Lantern at all.
I think I know why. You know why? They want the space. They want to take place in space, shit like that.
Yeah,
That
like
Green Lantern.
all the people on social media, like that's why, like, who cares? Like, you guys are the same people who, when the show comes out, it's gonna be praising it and saying it's the best shit
I mean,
ever. So, like, I
I
don't even
kind of
care
want
what
to
they
see
have to
space
say.
battles. I do want to see space battles. I do want to see Superman in space battling battling like Ultraman in space or something. I do want to see Diverge battle in space. I do want to see that.
Hmm.
The Marvel doesn't do that. I mean, yeah, Marvel doesn't do space battles. You don't see like Thor fighting in space. Marvel
Right.
has never done a space battle, right? And you have characters that could fly in space, like Captain Marvel, for example, right? But she has to use the
Hmm.
helmet to breathe because I think she could still probably use the helmet to breathe, fight a being in space that can breathe, right? I like to see space battles in DCU. Sideways can vouch me on that. The first couple episodes of season 4 of Superman and
Yeah,
Lois,
it's totally the MCU brain rot for sure.
right? Look,
It's just
Sideways.
so dumb that people keep bringing this bullshit up. Like what else was there were they complaining about? I mean, it's like I don't know, like, and the thing is, like, I think now more than ever they should probably ignore what is going on social media because I feel like there's no consistency with what people are saying. It's just a bunch of fucking nonsense half of the time.
Let's see what else. I'm gonna find more articles. This you all know. Yeah. We'll get to the Batman stuff. Yeah. Daniel Craig maybe join the Guns universe. Maybe join. Yeah, he had the guys. He's in talks to star. That's right.
Yeah, he's in talks to star. Yeah,
Sergeant Law. Challenges director Luca Galino once more. Oh man,
yeah, it was a
you
pretty
see the
good
casting
director.
for you see the casting for the next Christopher Nolan film? They got Robert
Yeah, they
Pattinson
got
as
Robert
well.
Pattinson. Yeah, so
I want to
like,
see the
how many movies is this Christopher Nolan movie gonna mess up in terms of comic book movies?
people are
It's
gonna make the
like
joke. Batman and Spider Man.
it's like Batman is supposed to film, Spider-Man's supposed to film, and then it's
Same
like
time,
both
right?
Tom
Batman in like the
Holland
same
and
year.
Zendaya's in the Christopher Nolan movie now. Robert Pattinson's like, holy fuck! I'm curious to
Thank
see
you.
what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Didn't they say it was gonna be like a horror movie?
I don't know. It's funny. Why can't they just name the movie? Like, why? Why does that have to be a secret? Nope. I don't fuck.
Build up hype, and it's probably not ready yet. They don't want to start just yet. Sweep. Oh, okay, I got that guy.
Let's see what the movie is. I don't. It probably says untitled film. Yeah, untitled film. No, this.
Yeah, the rumor was that or I think it was either announced on Deadline or Hollywood Reporter that it was going to be a horror movie, like a vampire movie. So that's
Well,
kind of
that's
interesting.
interesting. Something
Yeah,
different from Nolan. I like Nolan because he
yeah.
does do a lot of different things with his film, right? Like
Mm,
he's about a vampire. I wonder. Tom Holland be a vampire? Robert Pattinson already is a vampire. No, I'm kidding.
Oh shit, am I blocked in here?
Untitled Nolan movie. Is that what? The Trump? What's no? That's not it. I'm trying to look up the movie now. Like, who else is in it? I know. Like, I think Anne Hathaway is too.
Yeah, Anne
Is Anne Hathaway?
Hathaway's in it as well. Yes.
Anne Hathaway, Zendaya, Tom Holland, Matt Damon, the Peter. Oh my god,
Yeah,
really
it's quite a
stacked.
few, quite stacked. Yeah, I mean, well, you just won an Oscar, so
Oppenheimer
it's
was
like,
stacked too.
yeah,
Oppenheimer was stacked though, right? Like that was a
yeah, it
stacked
was
cast.
definitely.
Yeah, it says
Shit.
on. It's a Universal. Yeah. All right. I mean, that's not important. Talk about Daniel Craig. Yeah, I have it up, but
Yeah,
when I go to
The Sergeant Rock movie, I'm definitely excited to see. I mean, they got a good director. Daniel Craig does sign on. I mean, it sounds pretty interesting. So,
he was almost. I
shit.
mean, no, he wasn't almost with Marvel. I mean, technically, he
Yeah,
kind of was.
he was almost in Marvel. He's supposed to play
Yeah,
Baldur the Brave, and then, yeah,
they cut him.
yeah, he
Um,
couldn't do the reshoots for it, so they cut him.
yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Daniel Craig may not be James Bond anymore, but he could be getting back into heroic ways. The Knives Out star said to be in talks to you and I with director Luca Guadagnino to make the film for DC Studios' Sergeant Walk. Do I need to get The Rock to play Sergeant Walk? Okay.
Oh God.
Sergeant Walk, a highly skilled ex-soldier, has been part of DC Comics since the 1950s. He's just kind of a badass and also chronic, which is why this both made sense. It does. You understand Craig and really wanting to make a movie like that. DC, however, it's currently run by Cole James Gunn. Okay, okay, I want to know if James Gunn's get the James Gunn's gonna is James Gunn gonna say anything? That's the crap. That's the thing. According to Deadline, which broke the story, no deals have been put in place yet, so this still isn't 100% happening. Oh, you know what?
Right.
I
There's a
fucking hate.
lot of that recently, huh?
Can we not do he's in talks? Can we just do like signed on? I hate with that. I see it for sports all the time. I fucking hate it. I hate that shit.
Yeah, because we also had that. There's been a lot of this, like big news where
Yeah.
this week. Oh, but we're in talks. I mean, we're in talks, but yeah, nothing's official yet. It's like, what the fuck? Like, just make a deal already, man. It's fucking
I
big
want to know
news.
why. I want to know. I want to know how negotiations work with this. I mean, it can't be like sports where you have a bunch of different teams
Oh
possibly after you,
shit.
and you take your time.
Yeah.
Maybe
God
here's like,
damn.
okay, you're in talks. Oh, oh man, I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Shit.
I don't think
Shit.
it'll be
Shit. Shit.
else.
Shit.
I
Shit.
mean, technically, it could be Elseworlds.
I
Well,
don't see why would it be Elseworlds. Like, it could just be in the
because I think
past. Could be in the
Sergeant
current
Walker is
day.
a yeah, it's a past character, right? Like James Gunn did say
Mm-hmm.
they're willing to do Black Label move stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did say that. Uh, but I think he can't do too much Black Label. I think that's dangerous. I think that's dangerous. You know, because you're gonna make people confused. There's a reason why Marvel doesn't do Black Label stuff. G.I. Robot. Oh, okay. Sergeant Walker might be an R-rated film. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at that.
Craig will be pushing 60 by the time it comes out. Not necessarily. It's a DCU movie. It's. I mean, I look at his biography. There's not a lot there. So there's a lot. It's like there's
Who?
a certain
Who
amount for
are
Sergeant
you talking
Walk.
about?
Sergeant Walk.
Oh, in terms of what? Comics?
Yeah, the Sister Turtles biography has yeah stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need. I mean, you could create stuff on your own, right?
Yeah, I
You can
think the
play around.
DCU is gonna take more inspiration from stuff, but I
Yeah,
don't think it's gonna be straight up adaptations, really. Which I think is good, honestly. I feel like Marvel kind of does lean a little bit on adaptations, but then it's like a loose adaptation, so it's like, I don't know.
McDuffie. Okay, here's. I think this is Degrassi. Yeah, this is Degrassi. Hey, Degrassi.
What's up, Degrassi?
I'm just here, Degrassi, battling my nose.
God damn.
I'm here.
Charlie.
What's up?
Okay. What's up?
Not shit.
Oh
Damn.
yeah, I'm thinking of doing streams earlier on the weekend, guys. Now, like, I don't want to do streams at night on the
If I can
weekend.
get to 50 subs, I want to do a live stream in the morning.
Hang
I've
on.
done live streams in the morning. It's hard if you're tired. It's really, really hard.
I'm always tired, Aaron. So
It's
I got that from my dad. Tired, Dad? I'm always tired. God damn it.
here's blinded playing.
My dad's like a dime store Yoda. He says shit like, try hell, do.
uh,
What you gonna do? Just stand around and talk about it? Move your ass.
that's a good one.
Move your ass. Move your ass. Move your ass. I'm just talking about this
I'll
now.
be hearing that again before too long.
Yeah.
He's
Not,
slowly but surely losing his marbles, but he still knows who everybody is, and
that's
he just
good.
he just forgets what he told you like 5 minutes ago. So it's a lot of that.
Is
Right.
it dementia? Yeah.
No, it's just age-related senility, like they would call it being senile, age-related
Oh,
memory loss. He's he's in his
Mhm.
mid-80s. Um, he's had some traumatic brain injuries in his life.
oh,
He's survived multiple car accidents. And
oh my God.
Jeez.
It's lucky.
workplace, yeah, he's incredibly lucky. I'm not religious, but I believe in miracles.
Yeah, you got to if you survive multiple car crashes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this was before I was born, so
Oh,
the Ramones have a song called "I Believe in Miracles," and
oh, I
it's
love the Spider-Man song by the Ramones.
I believe in miracles because I'm one.
Uh, I love the Spider-Man song the Ramones have. Such a good song.
But that's from the 1960, what is it,
Yeah,
68, 69, whatever the 60s cartoon is.
yeah, it's great.
That's what the song they're using for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. It's a
It's a,
new version of it.
it's a great
Oh.
song. It's a great song. I don't think many young people know it, but it's a great song.
Oh, they're gonna know pretty soon. When's that show start? Next January?
January.
Yeah,
Yep.
January.
Yeah, they'll know pretty soon.
Yeah.
I
Well, we're
forget
talking.
who. I'd have to dig through some files. I can't remember who the artist is, but it's an artist of note, a DJ type,
Mm.
hippity hopper.
Yeah, so
If
we're
we
just
get a
talking.
flash film, it will be Wally West.
Yeah. Thankfully,
All
because I'm
right.
sick of Barry Allen.
Wally West is cool, but it depends on the
I
villain.
prefer Wally West.
I think you can count on Gorilla Grodd at some point.
Oh, I love Grodd.
Gorilla City.
I thought Gorilla God was a Peacemaker one when the thing.
Oh yeah, the gorilla. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you. We
I think
kinda hear
if
you.
if the first season of Peacemaker had a sci-fi bent, then I think Guns doubled down on the sci-fi in Peacemaker season 2. It's what it's starting to sound like to me,
I love to see Gorilla
which is
God.
great because that's like I said, my like just apart from what I know, what I don't know is how exactly like grand, like multinational global conspiracies work in a world where aliens, ghosts, and interdimensional imps, extra dimensional imps, are a common everyday occurrence.
Well, just watch Ancient Aliens.
Mm.
No,
Watch
no, that's what
Ancient
I'm
Aliens.
saying is, but like the general conceit of Guns DCU is that if you walk out your door and look up, right,
Yeah.
you're going to see people flying in the air.
Yeah, like I just want somebody. I just want I forget his name, but everybody knows the guy from Ancient Aliens with the hair, right? And he's also
Yeah.
I don't know what that wackadoodle's name is.
But I just
Yeah,
want
same.
I want him to be in a comic book film. I want him to be in a comic book film. I seriously do.
At this point, he should just rename himself
Wasn't
to
he
Ancient
in,
Alien Guy.
Wasn't he in Men in Black International?
Oh,
Was he?
I think so.
I can't even remember that movie.
When they go
Man.
into their headquarters and there's all the different celebrities on the TV.
I can't say it.
You know,
I can't say his name because it's a Greek name, right? Like it's and it's not like a typical English Greek name, right? You some Greek.
The typical Greek name, what? Enjoyus a little boyus, something like that.
Oh man!
I love the guy with the hair. I don't know why.
What was it? They're in Monty Python. Biggest dickus.
I love it there with ancient astronaut theorists believe this.
There's a meme with an alien with that dude's like in a suit with that dude's hairdo. It's just that meme, but it's an alien head going humans.
You know what? You know some episodes they believe like aliens are the gods, right? The Greek gods, the Norse gods.
Chariots of the gods, man.
I just want a Thor movie, and that guy's in the movie, and you see Thor's like, we are not gods. We are people from Asgard. We are not angels.
I think didn't Stentz and Ashley Miller wasn't some of the inspiration for their Thor screenplays was the Chariots of the Gods.
Oh, I think so.
The Eric Von Däniken book.
Maybe.
But I think everybody should read if you have any questions about stuff.
That's a good question. I don't know, Harvey. Maybe we know Clayface is in it. That's been confirmed who's voicing Clayface.
Yeah. So doesn't that mean that is probably going to be playing a different character in Superman than what we thought?
Well, it's Phosphorus, right? Also.
Well, I mean, if there's the rumor, I mean, the show is out there, so I don't know what is true and what is not true, but apparently some characters do die, so.
Really? I'm sure. Somebody's going to die. Of course. Nobody's just survive.
Quite a bit.
I have to admit, the first Suicide Squad movie, not the first, the second one, the James Gunn one, when they had that team, with Pete Davidson, Captain Boomerang, that team, I laugh at that. I laughed at that. When they all died.
Yeah, they were meant to die.
They were a decoy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they were the decoy team, yeah.
Are you talking about Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I just like the first team was just set up to die. Like, that's hilarious. It was just a fun movie. I don't know what people did. I did like it.
Oh, I love it. For me, it works better as an action movie than a superhero movie.
Yeah, it's not a superhero movie.
The superhero stuff is just like icing on the cake,
Yeah, it's going to be funny too. Like,
because some of those action scenes, like the gunfights and stuff, they're really dynamic and I don't know. David Ayer is very much just a point and shoot kind of director for me. He doesn't really have any kind he knows how to light a movie and how to time one, right?
I also didn't care about the picture. Okay, I don't care about the picture personally. You don't need to make a big deal of a picture.
What?
The Superman boots, that.
Oh yeah, no, that was I wouldn't put anything in that picture.
I mean, the only thing you could make a complaint is about Superman doesn't need to take his time to put on boots. I mean, Superman just uses super speed, or he just wears it. Is he gonna wear the suit underneath? And do the? Are they use phone booths in this? Because that's a classic Superman. Him using a phone booth. I know phone booth is really not like a phone booth. I know phones right? They're really out of style, right? Because they're cell phones. But I just
Yeah, no, I don't think there's any phone booths.
oh
If there are, it'll be a stylistic choice and not.
yeah,
But I'm pretty sure the broom closet comes into play at least once. The Daily Planet broom closet.
yeah,
Mm.
I think you have like there's a greater than 70% chance that you see at least half of those characters or hear them mentioned in the next. Like, what do we got? We've got Creature Commandos, Superman, Lanterns,
and then
Supergirl, Peacemaker season 2, Waller.
Yeah,
So those are just the ones we know about, right?
yeah, they're
Mm.
like production.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there isn't. You know how like James Gunn's compared his DCU to Middle Earth and the Star Wars universe, in that it's
yeah,
already densely packed with like a layered
Yeah.
history and full of characters and
Hmm.
lived in, right? So like when
Hey, Hunter.
Obi-Wan's talking about the Clone Wars and to Luke about the Clone Wars
Yeah.
and telling him about the before the dark times and all that stuff, like Creature Commandos is layered with lore, just a DCU lore dump. That's the only real thing. That's the only phrase I could come up with. That there's just a lot there. You get to experience each one of these characters' origins, and then all the stuff that comes with each of them, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
And that it's just you have the show as a whole, and then you have each of the main characters, and then all the characters that come with them, right?
yeah,
It's pretty remarkable, and this is the quality. If this is the quality going forward, I'm not talking about tone, consistency of tone. I'm talking about consistency of quality. Then we're in for a treat for the foreseeable future. Will there be misfires? There always are.
Oh,
But I don't see them being that bad.
as much as success Marvel has. Let's be honest, they had misfires in the Infinity Saga,
We
right?
don't have a Wonder Woman movie, but we have a
So
Amazon TV show announced.
Mm.
I think we will have Wonder Woman again established in the universe. Seriously,
She's there. There's a
Yeah.
Prince Tower in James Gunn's
Yeah.
Metropolis and Superman.
I would be surprised. I'm gonna say a hot take. I wouldn't be surprised if she has a small cameo or wall.
And Prince Tower means that there's probably
Yeah.
a Wonder Dome in Metropolis, and the Wonder Dome is basically
See,
an
the thing
invisible plane.
See, the thing is, why would the Suicide Squad go after Cersei when they can just ask they can just ask Wonder Woman? 'Cause she's gonna be around, and she's obviously around, like you said. I think she'll be a big appearance in it. I think,
Everyone's around.
yeah,
There's a Flash versus Titano reference somewhere.
yeah.
Flash versus a giant.
Well, the thing is, season
gorilla.
1 is canon. A Peacemaker.
Suicide Squad is
Justice-
canon.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad is canon to Peacemaker.
Yeah, except for Justice League.
Suicide Squad canon to the DCU. Peacemaker's canon to the DCU. There's really nothing in Blue Beetle that would disqualify it
Yeah,
from being part of the DC. There really isn't. There's absolutely, if I think about it long and hard, there's nothing in Blue Beetle that would disqualify it from being in the DCU. And there's a couple other previous DC projects that stand a chance of
yeah, I
possibly
heard.
showing up again. Some characters that could return from a show or two in the past.
He said the only thing is not canon is Justice League. I wonder if Flashpoint happened.
No, it's nothing like that.
Oh, really? Then-
Yeah, there's no hijinks like that.
Oh, no, dude,
Unless it's the last minute, unless it's something but I'd go on record assuring you that it's nothing like that.
Okay. Well, I hope it's a good reason. Like, I hope they. Well,
I think
Well-
everybody's just kind of got to let it go. I mean, like it's the the very incredibly distinct possibility is that it's a reason, but it's not going to be good enough for everyone, regardless of what it is, right? So how much sense does it have to make? Right? Were they like, what? Does nobody believe that?
I don't think the Scoffy is bad. No, I don't think the Scoffy is mobile at all. I
He's
mean,
not a nice. I'm gonna assume that he's not a very nice guy.
Wasn't that part of his character though? Like, does that really
he's not.
matter?
He's not a fascist. He's more like
He doesn't know anything about Batman, so
He
it's
has
like,
fascistic tendencies.
I say he's more authoritarian.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
the point is what that was.
authoritarianism is fascist.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean,
that was
like,
the point of the uncle though. The uncle is just like kind of like crazy, over the top.
He's saying Batman is a fascist, like if Elon Musk had a vigilante alter ego who went out in Seattle or San Francisco at night and beat up people weaker than him.
I mean, there's probably a ton of people in the universe who would call Batman a fascist. So I mean,
it's pretty much it's pretty much the entire
heroes.
Underpinning of Frank Miller's Dark Knight.
Yeah. Well, you can easily say Superman could be a fascist.
I mean, this is Harvey Dent we're talking about.
In Dark Knight, Superman is a fascist. He's literally he works for the president.
The president is corrupt.
And that's another thing about the DCU is don't think that he's going to be shy, or anybody making any of these movies is going to be shy touching real world issues, right? Because they're all going to have something in them. They're not. It's not going to be overhanded or preachy, heavy-handed or preachy or anything like that. But Superman says something about something. Lantern says something about something. Even a cartoon, an ultra-violent, super horny cartoon has something to say.
Yeah.
Right. So all of these projects have weight, even the ones that would seem like throwaways. Again, based on my knowledge, which anyone can question, but what I know is
Wonder Woman works with the government a lot. Is she a fascist?
Wonder Woman. They've all been portrayed at some point. Somebody's broached the subject with all of those.
She uses a lasso to reveal the truth. That's fascist.
Her co-creator was one of the inventors. Was one of the co-creators of the holograph test.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, technically, if you use a lasso or something to tell the truth, that's fascist. That's a fascist kind of thing to do.
Honestly, it's really not a big deal. I mean,
no, it's not. But I mean, if you were like writing a fucking, if your senior thesis was on like fascism and superhero comics, then it would be a big deal. It's nice to talk about sometimes, but
then you start going into Alan Moore territory.
Oh man, I recommend everybody read his DC Twilight of the Superheroes pitch. It's like 25 pages. Holy shit!
Dark Knight.
Did they reject that and then do?
Oh, they bought it.
Okay.
They in a Dark Knight.
They didn't necessarily reject it blind. They bought it.
I don't know all the story of it, but
then they
like
put it in a drawer for
that's
40 years. They put it in a drawer for almost 40 years, and they just put it in a hardcover. Published it in a hardcover here in the last few years, like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
You're forcing someone to tell the truth. That's fascist like.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Force. Yeah. So yeah. Whatever. What was I gonna say? In the Dark Knight, remember Harvey, Rachel, and Bruce were all sitting. They were discussing Batman. Harvey is like, I don't know. Maybe him being a protector of Gotham is a good thing. He compared it to some Roman hero, vigilante, and then Rachel said, "Harvey, that I forgot the name of the Roman guy. Harvey, that guy eventually became the enemy, the villain, whatever, something like that, right? I mean,
it's kind of like this. It's like the conundrum we have here in the States, right? Well, if we're going to have a dictatorship, right? Why are we waiting until January? Why don't the two people that are in that? Why don't the two people in
Batman's-
the house now do it?
Why do you think Batman has all these contingency plans for his fellow Justice League people? Because they're afraid they may go down the fascist route.
Or, I mean, get taken over by Starro, or
Oh, mind control. Yeah, he did say that.
yeah, mind controlled by like who's the dude with the antennae on his head? I can't remember his name.
Oh, Tana. Mind control people, basically.
Yeah, he's got a conical shaped helmet that's got rings around it, and it's got like an antenna with a ball on top of it. I can't remember his name. He's a Green Lantern villain, I think.
Oh, I know what you're talking. Is it not Hector Hammond? He's not a mind reader.
Did Hector Hammond? No, he didn't have that helmet, did he?
He's just a big freaking head, right? That's it.
Maybe he did have that helmet for a while. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I just know he just had a big head.
Yeah, he had a big head, but he did have a helmet for. No, did he? Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, he's just got a giant head, but I'm trying to remember who the stupid Justice League villain with the head was. I mean, even the Green Lantern Corps, they're slightly fascistic.
Oh yeah. Well, the Justice League.
I mean, that's basically what the Authority will be about, because that's essentially what every iteration of the Authority has been about.
Yeah, they're going to basically, yeah.
They say, why are we just like stopping bank robberies and pulling kittens out of trees when we can like end war and hunger and drought and you know what I mean? Like this team literally has the power of the gods. They can create life as easily as they can destroy it, and they don't. So
no, because most gods are greedy, and they're not exactly good. They look down upon humanity.
And that's what was great about the Authority. The Authority is like, fuck that.
I mean,
fuck these
I don't want to get religious here.
Dictators and screw these.
I don't want to get religious here, and if somebody religious, I'm sorry, but most religious gods are dictators. Like, I'm sorry.
Dictators.
Dictators.
Batman made Brother Eye because he was mind right by Santana, and when he got his memory back, he couldn't trust metahumans again. So I should made Brother Eye.
As an OMAC fan, like an old Jack Kirby OMAC fan, what Dan DiDio and who else? Grant Morrison and Jeff Johns and what they did with Brother Eye and OMAC just kind of was like, they just turned them into Sentinels and.
Well, he didn't turn them into Sentinels. Actually, Maxwell Lord's the one that did that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Dan DiDio,
the thing is,
EIC.
X-Men 97 stole the Omax thing. When they turned people into the I forget what they're called, the Sentinels, that was Omax. The Omax were humans in the DC.
Yeah, but the human Sentinels goes way back too, though.
I know, yeah.
It's, I mean, in comics, the pretty much DC did if DC did it first. DC did, well, except for Namor, but Namor technically isn't Marvel.
Wasn't Marvel?
Or wasn't.
Yeah.
But like, Doom Patrol hits and is a sensation, and then 3 months later you have the X-Men. Come on now, seriously.
Yeah, it was
I don't know of what the official story is because I wasn't there, but seriously, and come on. A team of misfits with weird superpowers led by a super genius in a wheelchair. They all live in a mansion and they have oh my god,
Professor X is, what's his name, Niles?
What's the name of the arch villains of the Doom Patrol? The Brotherhood of Evil.
Oh, Brotherhood, yeah.
And what is the X-Men's? What are the X-Men's arch nemesis?
Yeah,
what is their nom de guerre? The Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Yeah.
So like you're not like You're just not going to convince me. Jack Kirby probably threw that comic down and said, "We got to do something like this." And then Stan said, "Let's just transcribe it." And Jack's like, "Oh,
Wasn't it? Some people think that Marvel was developing the idea, and then someone overheard it, and then they took it to DC and they started developing
yeah,
it.
no,
And
that
then
there's just Arnold Drake. Arnold Drake went to his grave believing that they totally ripped him off, right?
Thanos,
that Stanley totally.
Deathstroke, Wade Wilson. They even have a freaking same name, last name. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, Rob Liefeld was totally, because see, here's the thing: Liefeld basically started out at DC, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he was tasked with, so he was just creating characters to throw at the wall, right?
Yeah.
So he pitched a Teen Titans book, and Deadpool would have been their Deathstroke, right? His new Teen Titans team. That Deadpool would have been their new Deathstroke. Cable and whichever X-Forces and New Mutants were all new when he came on New Mutants. A lot of those designs were for a Legion of Superheroes book that he was up for at DC.
I can see that some of the characters in DC and in Marvel were meant for DC.
Yeah, it's happened. The same thing with Dave Cockrum on Legion. A lot of Dave Cockrum's Legion designs were designs that he had for X-Men.
Wow.
Unused designs that he had for X-Men. So yeah, it happens a lot. It happens a lot in movies and shows too.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I just know, like, yeah, you could tell a lot of things. I mean, Wonder Man and Wonder Woman, it's just, come on.
Yeah, but Wonder Man's, I don't know, I guess similar in name, but I don't know.
There's not anything like Wonder Woman at all. There's nothing.
Oh, yeah, no, they're completely different.
Yeah.
And we know Thanos and Darkseid are completely the kind of rip-offs of each other. Well, actually, it's rip-off. Darkseid would destroy Thanos. I'm sorry.
Again, when Jim Starlin created Thanos, he was basically told by, was it Jim Shooter at the time? Rip off Darkseid.
Rip off Darkseid, that's good.
Marvel needs its own Darkseid, and Jim Starlin's like, okay, here's Thanos.
That's good.
It worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
Great character. Great. Yeah, Thanos is a great.
Yeah, I mean, it worked. I mean, it could work, right? So if
Jim Starlin is just that good.
Yeah.
So much of his stuff.
Well, I mean, Jim Shooter is also very. I mean, he was on the ball too.
He's a lightning rod, though, man. And it's hard to.
I mean, it's kind of crazy though.
Did Chuck Dixon try to pitch Horseman to DC and Marvel before the Ripperverse?
I don't know. Is Horseman his creation?
Yeah, for the Ripperverse.
Like wholly his creation, and Eric created and.
It's probably like 50-50 is my guess.
Oh, that's sad.
No, I mean Chuck Dixon. Like, I read a lot of his comics back in the day, man. And what's hilarious is DC had Deathstroke, and then Marvel comes along with Deadpool. Well, even Deadpool was after Bloodsport. Bloodsport was when John Byrne created Bloodsport. That was essentially a parody, because there are elements.
It took a while for Deadpool to become.
Deadpool wasn't.
Yeah.
Deadpool wasn't the Deadpool we know until like the late '90s. He'd been around. Maybe close to a decade before. It was when Joe Kelly and Ed.
Yeah, Joe Kelly's the one who. Yeah.
Henry Cavill's Superman. Henry Cavill's done. He's done. Maybe Robert Pattinson, but Henry Cavill's done. He's done.
We'll see a DCU versus.
Who wants to see Henry Cavill Superman meet Robert Pattinson?
You think Warner Brothers is going to team up?
Yeah. We'll see a
ago.
DC versus Marvel movie in some form before we would see Henry Cavill as Superman again.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Although it would be funny if James Gunn made all the Superman robots in the Fortress of Solitude and Superman look like
Yeah.
Henry Cavill.
How about as a troll? The troll job? Green
Troll
Corp.
job.
I mean, in that interview with him and the director of
Who's the character
Creature
in DC?
Commandos, they're cracking up when
Who's the character in DC that breaks the fourth wall? You know, Marvel has that.
Ambush Bug.
That's a character I can see him use in something. In something.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what
you're
was
right.
James Gunn saying?
Just when the interviewer brought up like what's canon and
Yeah.
what's
With James
not,
Gunn,
and
Peacemaker.
how are you determining that? And
Right.
and him and that dude are just looking at each other and laughing
Yeah.
because
That's
they know where this is going.
But
It's
that's
already
not-
started.
Yeah, they have a plan.
Yeah, there's a ton. There's like a whole junket. They did a whole junket. The cast and crew of Creature Commandos are all up. And I don't know. It's pretty much what I've been saying from the beginning, Aaron. It's been 2 years now since he got the job, and how wrong have I been about any of the nonsense I've spewed out here?
Not so far.
Okay, thank you.
But also, it almost is 2 years. But I think he got the job before, like 2.5 years.
I
ago.
mean, he's done in 2 years. He's done more for DC, and DC hasn't even really released a
I think he got the
movie.
job after Peacemaker. That's what I think.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, after Peacemaker, they're like, "Yeah, we want you to win the ship." This nothing became official until like 2020, late 2022, right?
Well, I think they were still looking at Black Adam.
He went so he gets fired at Marvel on a Friday, right?
It's me hard.
He gets fired. Listen to this. This is how it went down. He gets fired.
Yeah.
From Alan Horn fires him on a Friday. He's in Toby Emmerich's office on Monday. That's how
Crazy.
2 days, less than 72 hours, he already had another job. What do you want to do? It doesn't have to be a DC property, but we would much rather you did. Pick what you want.
Right.
Pick a sequel to the Suicide Squad, which was already in development, right?
Yeah, he took that from that one guy. I forget his name.
Well, he didn't take
the
it from
accounting.
him. They gave it to him.
Well, that guy was working on a. Yeah, what's his
Gavin
name?
Hood. Gavin Hood.
Yeah.
Walking Phoenix, Joker is never. There's never gonna be Walking Joker. That character is we're never gonna see that.
Gavin Hood came out and said that he was pissed off because he wrote a sequel to Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he was going to write and direct it, and then when Marvel fired Gunn, all of that went out the window.
We're not going to get a Walking Phoenix. Walking Phoenix is done as Joker. After that, he's done as Joker.
So Alan Horn fired him from Marvel. Alan Horn recommended him to Toby Emmerich. Toby Emmerich hires him at DC, takes Suicide Squad. Then, while he's making Suicide Squad, he decides he's going to write Superman, but not direct it. Right.
And the thing is, the relationship between him and Marvel wasn't the same once he got rehired for some stuff.
No, he never went back. No. He never went back to his original position in the story table.
Yeah.
Basically, what the story group essentially.
Yeah.
Would meet 2 or 3 times a year.
I don't know if it's true, but he wasn't happy with Gamora's death in Infinity War. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah. No. He like what they did to the Guardians. I don't think he'll ever get over that. I really don't.
It definitely changed. What he had plans for Guardians 3.
He went from.
But the thing is, with Gamora, he was still around. So
yeah, because he was contractually obligated.
No, but that was 2017.
That bachelor parties. Yeah,
that was way before he got, fired. It was more like
but he
happened with Endgame.
He wasn't. Yeah, when they did what they did in those movies, I don't think he's ever gotten over that. And then when he came back, he made Guardians 3 and the holiday special essentially in a vacuum.
I think he's more. I think he's more of a decent
So,
guy anyway.
but I'm still not understanding if Gamora dies in Infinity War. They knew that since 2016, 2017, and he was still there. So,
yeah, he was still working, but he wasn't happy about it. I think there's even an interview with him at the time where he's like, "Yeah,
But to be
I don't
fair,
know
Because
what
also,
Megatron
because
did.
how
also,
else did Thanos get
I
the
have to
Soul
go back
Stone?
and look. I'll have to see, but
I know he wasn't
there
happy, but
was
how?
in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, there. I don't know where I saw this, but they said that Gamora was going to die in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and then they decided against it.
No, no. The thing is, how would
Yeah,
Thanos?
yeah.
How would Thanos? How else would Thanos get the Soul Stone?
Yeah, like in my opinion, her death in Infinity War does make a lot of sense. Like
Yeah,
it's
because that's the only
No,
person.
I
He
don't think it was necessarily her death that bothered him. I think it was what
mm,
Peter did. It was how they what they what they did with Peter.
yeah, what yeah, I can see that. That makes more sense than her
oh,
death.
like
Yes.
how he
Because at that
lived.
Th-
point, I don't think he was. Whatever changes were made after the fact, he wasn't privy, right?
Uh huh.
mm.
So I don't know. I just know that he was miffed about how they
Here,
were treated, like overall.
I'm glad he's doing this on his own with no interference from Warner Brothers because Warner Brothers did used to interfere, right? Did used to
Well,
interfere
they're
in
still
that.
gonna interfere. Let's
But
be
I hope,
honest.
but I hope not. Like Bob Iger doesn't truly.
We don't know just yet because we still haven't
But
seen Superman.
actually, Bob Iger doesn't truly get involved like the Marvel stuff in Star
I'm
Wars.
sure Bob Iger has
He's not
100%.
they're not. He's not a micromanager. I don't believe.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure there's at one point in time
he's not
when he
like
came
dictating
back that
everything.
I don't know. I
If
think
somebody
they
like
have at least some say. There's no way
well,
that
yeah,
he's just like do whatever. Yeah.
that's why I'll always say that Bob Chapek was
Was
Bob Iger's body man because
was it?
he
Was
was
it?
still the
He was the
chairman of the
fall guy.
board. Yeah, hell, he was totally
Why?
Iger's body man.
Why would he throw Red Skull? He has no
That
feelings.
makes no sense. Like
The
that makes
point,
absolutely no
in
sense.
order to get the Soul Stone, you have to have sacrificed something you love, you care about.
Right. And also we have no attachment to Red Skull, so him throwing him off like that does absolutely nothing for the story.
Yeah,
Them
that's the reason
killing
why.
them killing Gamora is necessary for the
Yeah,
story 100% because
and
it's part of Thanos's arc.
yeah,
And all on top of that too, you kill off a character that people have grown attached to,
but
and now the stakes are raised. That's called storytelling. Like what the hell? Like, come on.
I
Like
gotta hear
go
people
back and watch
complaining
it. Go
about.
back and watch it, Harvey. In that scene, they'll explain why. They'll explain
like
why.
yeah, how do you watch Infinity War and see the opening, see everything and then go them killing
Yeah.
Gamora is unnecessary. I feel like them bringing back Gamora was unnecessary,
Well, you had to do.
Yeah, there's
I
that
know
too.
but in all
But
honesty,
he
what they
was.
did did you no one talks about this. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is really the only project that actually did the whole variant thing in an interesting way.
Yeah.
No others, and it wasn't even a multiverse story,
Well,
which is
Spider-Man
just
Way Home
even
did
more
okay.
ironic.
I mean,
No, they didn't. What variant?
We
Like
didn't even know what a
Toby and
variant was
and
really. I mean, there were. Did they even refer to her as a variant?
no, they really haven't. But she is
Yeah,
technically a variant.
yeah. I
the
get the
rule is
idea
to
is the
sacrifice
same, but
someone you love,
Yeah,
you care about.
that's what I
Not
mean. I just think it's ironic. That whole movie has nothing to do with variants and multiverse,
yeah,
but
like I said,
they,
no,
but yeah, he did
no.
something interesting with it, right? So
The rule is. By the way, Red Skull is the keeper of the
no,
Soul
it's
Stone.
not. No, you clearly didn't. You didn't watch both movies because first off, one, if that was the case, how does like it's
Black Widow.
literally right there in the movie that you have to sacrifice something that means something to you.
Yeah,
That's why Hawkeye and Black Widow
we're
have that
fighting
whole
over it.
fight.
Yeah,
Yeah, because of that. It's because they do mean something to each
yeah,
other, both of them. So it's like one of the other has to sacrifice themselves, right?
yeah.
So
Well, they did
yeah,
sacrifice.
the
I mean,
Red
yeah.
Skull being thrown off, that does absolutely nothing
You
for
would
the
not get no Soul
story, like
Stone.
at all.
Yeah, you get nothing.
Like yeah, like this is what I'm saying. Like I hate this kind of like let the story be told in a way that adds conflict, that adds stakes, adds emotions. It's okay to kill off characters like because it means something. There's actually emotion behind it. It's like not
Yeah,
everything needs to be this fairy tale land. Like yeah, it's superheroes, but like it would just get boring if all the characters just oh everybody survives and everything is great. That's the big problem with Marvel. So it's like, come on, like don't act like this. Like seriously, like Infinity War and Endgame are both good movies because they do raise the stakes. That's why they were good movies.
You know who really made those movies? The
Uh,
Russos directed them and everything.
Kevin Feige.
No, the two
No.
guys that edited them,
Oh.
edited them, the editing team, not just the two.
Yeah.
That must be
editing
true because Russo's ever since they left Marvel haven't had success. So that had to be
Yeah,
true.
they
Yeah.
shot so much stuff
They were
that
having Marvel was
they
having
could have
trouble.
made. They could probably make another movie
From
Like-
that footage.
from the footage they shot for. They could just compose a film and shoot some new stuff around it.
Yeah,
That's what they're doing for the new Top Gun for the next Maverick.
Mm.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how they're
that's
going to
true.
make a shit ton of money on that movie because it's going to cost a fraction of what the last one cost because they've already shot and rendered and they've just already done so much that they can just carry it over into the next movie,
Right.
which is smart. Paramount's always been good about amortizing their assets on TV and film.
Okay, so we may get a trailer release window revealed. According to Collider, the Jackass website. Yeah, people at Collider. Whether you,
I don't know who's there anymore.
the only one I recognize is Perry Namaroff, and that's it. She's been there for like forever. Everybody else, like I know from Collider's gone, right? Like,
I see Brandon Davis renamed all of his stuff because they
yeah.
stole his name out. They stole his brand out from under him.
Who?
Savage Media. Remember
Yeah,
I told you when
they let
comic
him
book,
go,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah, they
when comic I gave Aaron this because their local Savage Ventures is in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
And that's just what they do. And when Savage Ventures bought comicbook.com, I told Aaron, everybody that worked there came out and said, yeah, we're good, man. We're still employed. We're all good. We've been given assurances and we've been promised. I'm like,
sorry,
you're
DeGrassi.
all being lied to.
I'm sorry,
You
guys. I just
probably
want
should
to
all
reply
start
to this.
building
I'll
your
let you
brand
continue. It's because if the stone would not pop up. The stone knows. The stone knows.
Says,
That's
hold
the
on, let
point.
me see this. Fine, but if he threw Gamora, why did they have to kill her? They could have just shown her being knocked out, tricked him, but then she gets up. Like, we just answered this
Then Thanos will not get the Soul Stone.
because it wouldn't work for the story. There's
Yeah.
emotional weight with killing off that character
Yeah.
for both Thanos and for the audience. That's why it was done.
There's a lot of things. Emotional weight for Thanos, Peter, and also you would not get the Soul Stone. The person survived. The Soul Stone would not. The Soul Stone is not like
The
some
movie
person.
would be boring as hell if they just knocked her out, got the Soul Stone, and then what? Okay, like they move on, and now there's no emotional.
You would not have. You just,
Like they're
could've just
called the Avengers.
it's simple.
They
You know,
could've
like
just
in the
any
first
old
movie,
Asgardian off
someone
of that.
dies to motivate them. Like,
They could have just pulled any
Fucking hell.
Asgardian off that Asgardian arc and killed them instead of Loki.
True.
But
yeah,
because
but
he
it
was
wouldn't
important-
be interesting. It
because
wouldn't be
he was
emotionally
important
investing.
for-
Simple explanation.
Yes, that's what I'm
Thanos would not
saying.
get
I'm
the-
agreeing
Yeah.
with you, Blinded.
No, I know.
You're
You're agreeing with me. I know.
Thanos will not get the Soul Stone. That's why the person has to be dead. He would just not get the Soul Stone.
Yeah,
also
like
not-
again.
You remember like I was like Loki dies in like the first 10 minutes and everybody's like, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
it helps Thor. I
he
mean, like
does.
Thor lost everything, man. Like Thor lost everybody he cared about: his father, his mother, his brother, his.
Yes,
I
but
don't- he didn't
now
care about
none
us.
of that matters anymore.
No,
And that's what bothers me about the MCU. Because all they have to do is say, abracadabra, noonie, noonie, noo, multiverse, and there's a new version for you.
Yeah.
There's no more stakes.
That's why I was saying what they did with Gamora was interesting because it was a new version, but it was not the same version.
Same version,
no.
yes.
Right? And that was something actually interesting is that there's variants. They may look the same or they may be different, but they're so fundamentally different in terms of how they act that they might as well be a different person. Yeah, it's Spider-Man, but it's really not. And that's the part that they missed. Like that would have made the multiverse so much
Yeah.
more interesting.
That's why I don't think they should put the 3 Spider-Man back together again, unless it's just in a, like, you see the 3 of them standing there together and 2 of them go
Right.
The
zip
thing is,
off.
the
Or
three
like,
Spider-Man, they're all
Avengers
different Peter
Endgame
Parkers. They're all very different Peter
sequence.
Yeah, something like that, where
Yeah.
you see whichever one's going to be the main one, and the other 2, zip off out of frame.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I agree with that because it doesn't. There's no story there.
There's
no story.
What's special about them meeting, and what is different about them at the next point when they meet? They're kind of because they would all be more similar. I feel like,
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
because each one's older than the next, and based on their shared experience, they might try to,
like people just like it's always like I don't know why comic book fans have this whole like, oh, it needs to be perfect, everybody needs to be together, and everything needs to be, no character can die, you can't disrespect the character, you can't do this. It's like, but then there's no story. There's literally no story. Why are we even bother watching this or reading this? It's just, I don't know. It's annoying to me. Like,
yeah, it is.
You see this, so they're skipping the big event. CC Packer not having a trailer. That you're not going. James Gunn basically confirmed that. I think
get hit with the sex bots on Blue Sky.
I think the time travel. I think the time travel with no repercussions idea is a bad plot, but whatever. They put itself.
I think they should have found a way to wrap it up, but they knew that the multiverse was going to be the next big
crutch,
thing.
And it's a huge crutch.
Yeah, they should have put more. Yeah, there should have been more rules and defining certain things.
The
so then it's
realm
like
is so freaking weird. So Quantum Realm is like a universe within itself. It's also you go back in time. Like what is the Quantum Realm is so disorganized? Like what the hell? Right?
You know what's
You
know what's happening on Blue Sky right now with comic book with cape shit and stuff with comic book movies. Well, no, there seems to be a developing sense of community standards or a further developing of the standards of on the social contract that you kind of when you join these groups or tag, use a hashtag in your so basically what this girl's saying is, can we make it a Blue Sky rule that we don't give air to these pop culture accounts that exist only to steal journalists' work and go viral? And then they use Culture Crave. And they say this account alone has almost 100,000 followers. What about the person that wrote the article? What about the person that broke the story?
How do you think
in the trades or what's that?
Well, the people that wrote the story for Crave have to get paid, right? So like, they're basically
Crave didn't write the story.
No, they're just
just saying Alan Tudyk is officially voicing Clayface in James Gunn's DCU, and they're putting via Rotten Tomatoes or via Deadline or via and they're the ones that are reaping the benefits when they didn't do fucking anything but a cut and paste.
Right.
So that'll be neat if it's just all entertainment journalists and not people parodying.
Let's do it for those accounts that spread bullshit rumors. Let's have a list of those accounts that spread bullshit.
I mean, the thing is with those
stuff like Culture Crave and discussing film, all they do is cut and paste news.
Yeah, it's like cutting. I mean, the thing is like those accounts. Like I always saw them as
Marvel
like
updates,
roundup
like
news.
Marvel
updates. They're not Marvel updates. No,
but I mean they're making lists for people like Marvel updates to avoid.
Marvel updates is, in my opinion, worse than Culture Crave because they're spreading just things that are either rumors.
No, that's
or
what
not
I mean.
True.
If you want, if I was to make a list, I'd make a list of fake bullshit accounts that make up bullshit rumors.
Yeah, like Culture Crave and like discussing film, like those are like news roundabout.
Yeah,
where they just take they take articles and then like summarize them.
They do have.
And the reason why I'm pretty sure the reason why it's popular is because everybody on Twitter, because it really started off on Twitter. They would just read the headline. They would just read the headline. So it's like whoever posted the headline first or has the most followers. Because the problem is, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, and all these other journalists, they don't have a big following, even though they technically do. But They're not,
nobody's
you
going to
know,
read the trades. They're just going to read the stupid Twitter.
yeah, they just read the blurb, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem. I mean, that was yeah. Any time with these short messages sites, right? Threads or Blue Sky, I feel like
Yeah.
it's just going to continue to happen. It's just sort of no one's going to click and read an article. They just want to keep scrolling and see a
Well, if
headline.
there's a link with an image that they can see that is like, here's what Blue Sky does. You post a link, it gives you the image that's on like and it has the actual link that you like, you can read the like, but when you post it, it shows you the actual link, right? The link is in the text, but then at the bottom of the image, the link's there too, so you know it's legit.
Right.
And
That's how Twitter used to be, no?
yeah. No, Twitter's not like that anymore. Your
No,
links, your links are just links, and they won't. And basically, even I think even verified accounts, if they when they link to stuff outside of Twitter, it doesn't. The algorithm doesn't.
Blue Sky needs to do verified accounts because
But they kind of do.
I'm getting followed by because I'm starting to see fake celebrity accounts.
Yeah, and they get mass reported pretty quickly.
Yeah,
but how you know some accounts are self-verified, Aaron. Like let's say Bill Sienkiewicz, the comic book artist Bill Sienkiewicz, his handle is at BillSienkiewicz.com because you can literally make your handle anything. And if you have a website, if you have an official website, what most people are doing is using their website's URL, right, as their handle, and that self-verifies. But when they start adding premium features and when they eventually start charging for those premium features, because that will happen, it'll always be a free service. It'll always be algorithmless, right? But
I want to have a streaming where I can stream on it.
Yeah, that's all coming. Right? Where you literally have billionaires talking about trying to buy it just to shut it down. Right?
They're not going
to because they got blocked by millions of people, right? A billionaire sets up an official Blue Sky page and handle and then gets blocked by millions and millions of people, okay? And then they go on their buddies' social media platform where they're free to say whatever the fuck they want, right? And they're getting boosted because they're paying him God knows how much, right? Because you can do that too, you know. You don't like if you can pay them more than $8 a month if you really want to
Mark
Cuban top of everyone's feed.
Because Mark Cuban is on Blue Sky, and we know
yeah. So I'm not talking about Mark Cuban. I'm talking about Bill Ackman and Elon Musk.
Oh.
And so
Elon Musk tried to go on Blue Sky, yeah.
No, Bill Ackman did apparently.
Oh, okay.
So and Bill Ackman's
Bill here should be allowed.
I'm a free speech advocate unless it's yours.
Right.
Well, yeah, I know. Well.
And so basically what's going to happen on January 21st is X is effectively going to be officially state-run media, like how they have in fucking
you're right.
North Korea and shit.
Isn't that ironic?
On January 15th, on January 21st, when Trump's inaugurated, that's probably, I would never say I'm leaving, right? But it's going to be real difficult for me to stick around there when I know what's coming.
Well, Harvey, you're going to be disappointed because there's no signs of Mr. Freeze. Okay. Even I see video.
In the DCU?
No, in Batman.
The Batman. He's obsessed with the.
Yeah, you can't when it comes to Matt Reeves, you got to be picky, right? But when it comes to the DCU, literally anything is on the table.
Yeah, DCU, but this is Batman too. And if you watch the Penguin, there's really nothing there that suggests.
I think there's three potential possibilities of who the villain is: Two-Face, Hush,
I think
the Court of Owls.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think Two-Face becomes a villain. I think Harvey Dent's in it, but I don't think he becomes a villain until later on.
That could be possible too. Yeah.
Because they're planning to do maybe another series. I know they said Penguin season 2, but I think they might do something else in that universe.
They are. They're doubling down
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah. So
Did
I
you see
think
the video of Colin Farrell all made up talking in his normal voice?
Yeah, yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
you know what? You know what? You should have done the voice as Penguin. Yo, give him the
I'm
Emmy. Give
sure.
hum the
I'm
Emmy.
sure on the.
I'm
I'm sure
sorry,
on
blinded.
the 4K
I know
Blu-ray
you.
set.
I know you love
Yeah, I'm
Last
gonna
of
buy
Us.
that.
I mean, I know you love Last of Us, but Colin Farrell did a better job Penguin and Patrick Pascal as Joel.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing that.
He's a,
Like, yeah, why?
no, there
I mean, if he
isn't.
doesn't win, I mean,
I don't know,
No,
man.
we've
I
done
think
this hundreds of times now, Harvey Dent. We said you can believe whatever you want. You're free to believe. We just disagree.
people want. Look, I know there's a lot of people that want Mister Freeze, but if you watch the Penguin, it doesn't really set up Mister Freeze. It sets up Two Face because of the councilman and Penguin winning his show. Maybe Two Face. Two Face. There's obviously Eve Carlo. And there obviously could be another villain, but we don't know.
there was another character, Mr. Bloom. Mr. Bloom was in
Snow
the
doesn't
Penguin.
mean anything.
Mr. Bloom?
Yeah,
Where?
Vic is Harvey.
He
Do
was
you
the
know
chemist.
Batman?
Well, he was the
No,
chemist.
do you know there's
Yeah.
another villain that's
His
named
name was
Victor, right?
His name was Dr. Bloom.
That's
You know there's
interesting.
another character named. You know there's another character named Victor, right? His name is Victor Zsasz.
Yeah, I mean, this whole Victor's gonna come back from the dead. I mean, did you not see the show? Like, oh my God!
And
And
there's
now you're talking about slushies, and that's him
Snow.
being a nod to Mr. Free. I'm not gonna comment on that. Like,
There's
come
lot.
on.
Okay, so
You know what
Reeves
Reeves's Batman has that or lacks that
guys.
pretty much every other superhero movie or superhero related project has
Oh
ever
no, I
lacked?
can't say this.
What?
Here's the thing. Long
Magical
Halloween,
realism.
but guys, wait. So the Batman universe has kind of inspired a lot. No Man's Land and Long Halloween, a lot, right? Right. Both of those
Yeah.
stories. Mister Freeze has the story with the Nora Freeze doesn't appear to the animated show. I believe Long Halloween is before that. Am I correct?
Before what?
Before the animated series where they show Mister Freeze and his wife Nora, because that's where we got the story of Mister Freeze with the Nora story. You know.
The long.
Yeah,
Halloween
that was
story.
that was
Yeah.
Burnett and Dean
that-
Yeah.
that created all that.
And Long Halloween was before that, right?
No,
Was it?
no.
That's like late '90s, right?
Oh, okay. But Long Halloween did not just take place all on Halloween, right? Wasn't it Christmas?
It was over a whole
Oh.
year.
Okay.
That's why it was
I
the
remember
long
because
Halloween.
I don't
It
remember
goes
Mr. Freeze in it.
from Halloween to Halloween.
Okay, I have the comic. I don't remember Mr. Freeze. I remember Christmas season we had the Joker.
Yeah, I got that. I have that.
I don't
DC
think
Direct
Mr.
figure.
Freeze is even in the long Halloween trilogy.
He's not in it. He's not in the first one.
Because
I don't think
You have the Haunted Night, Long Halloween, and then you have Dark
he's
Victory.
not in Dark Victory.
And I'm pretty sure that's the inspiration Matt Reeves is pulling from, because if you don't know already, but Matt Reeves was his mentor was Jeff Loeb.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Because Jeff Loeb
Matt Reeves
is
mentor was
television
Jeff
producing
Loeb.
credits.
Yeah. Yeah,
Isn't
so
Jeff
I
Loeb
mean,
responsible
he's gonna
for
pull.
Hush, too? Hush and Jim Lee.
Yes. So yeah, that's there's a lot of possibilities that he can pull from. But yeah, but saying
He's
like,
toxic,
come
so
on,
bad.
like
I know
saying
Tim. I have a Tim Sale image of Mr. Freeze in my head, so I know Tim Sale has drawn him in a story.
yeah, but
Um,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think he appears in that trilogy though, because I don't really remember him at all.
I don't. He's not in Dark Victory. Right? He's not in Long Halloween, and he's not in the movies either.
No, I mean, maybe he's in the Haunted Night. That one was
Well,
like,
the Haunted Night was just 3 one-shots that they
Yeah.
collected. They were
that one
3
is really
Legends of,
short. Yeah.
Yeah, they were 3 different Legends of the Dark Knight specials that were collected, and Haunted Night's the name of that collection.
Right.
And that was when because they had done, Loeb and Sale had worked before on a couple of other books. They did a Challenges of the Unknown miniseries.
They were doing that the Marvel Color trilogy. Is it a
Yeah,
trilogy?
they were when Tim Sale. Well, I don't think it was going to be a trilogy. I think they were just going to keep doing colors just based on whatever
Yeah,
You know,
Spider-Man blue, Daredevil yellow. What
It's
was
like
Captain America?
the
They did a
snow
Captain
red,
thing.
America
white,
one,
and
right?
blue. Wasn't it red, white,
It's,
and blue?
the
Okay.
snow thing is like saying there's water. I mean, that means kill the croc. Like, right?
Yeah, but saying like, come on, like the fact that Oz and Vic were drinking slushies, and the fact
If
that
there's,
Vic is a nod to Mr. Freeze,
it could be
like,
a nod. It could be a nod to Victor's ass.
like what does slushies have to do with Mr. Freeze? Because it's a slushy, it's a frozen drink. Like, come on, come
I'm
on,
surprised
man.
Oz would have a slushie. Why would I think Oz doesn't seem like the type of guy who would drink half slushies?
It was only done to make them bond over something. And Vic used it as a way, as like, hey, like, let's sit down and get a drink and we could talk, and you don't have to kill me. That's what that
Now
was.
it's kind of now. See, now they have this kid named Victor. Now it also makes me believe they're not going to use Victor Freeze period at all. Because if they are, they should name a different kid period Victor. Then they should name the kid a different name. Like it
No,
makes me
I
believe they're
don't
not going
think
to
it
use Freeze at
really
all.
matters at all. I mean, this is why Degrassi's right. It's MCU brain. What does that have to do with anything? There could be multiple characters named Vic, and Vic is dead. He's not going to be in the Batman.
You think
Maybe he
so?
might show up. Like someone had an idea where Batman is at his, the crime scene and we see his body. I thought that was an interesting idea, but even then, that seems like a bit of a reach.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not like they can have multiple characters share the same name. That's not a big deal at all.
I mean, why not? It's very common in DC and Marvel. People have the same name.
Yeah.
Like what?
I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gonna be. I think he's gonna come back, and he's gonna be Vic Stone. He's gonna be half a cyborg.
Stone.
And
I don't. Slushies are exciting in winter.
Exactly.
I don't drink slushies in the winter though.
Yeah. Like you see,
I
like
don't-
this is ridiculous. Are a sign of winter, but you drink slushies in the summer. Aren't they a
Yeah,
sign of the summer, not winter?
I never. Yeah, I mean, you could drink them in the winter if you want, but I
Who
drink
but
them
who
mostly-
who associates slushy with the winter? That doesn't even make sense. Like it's a cold drink for the summer because it's hot. Like does this
Right,
need
we
to
know
be
who's-
explained?
we know who's voicing Frankenstein's monster in Creature Commandos. We know who's voicing Lady Frankenstein in Creature Commandos. Do we know who's voicing
I-
Victor Frankenstein in Creature Commandos? What if
Girl.
What if it's this Victor kid? What if he's voicing?
Why being killed by a swamp? What does that like? What does that make you like? Make you think as you come back as swamp as Solomon Grundy?
Harvey Dent is a very out of the box thinker. He's putting all these crazy ideas together.
Yeah. I don't know.
But when they don't happen, what is he gonna say?
They were looking at Tim Drake's. They were looking at Tim Drake's origin for reasons, right?
Right.
And it occurred to somebody at some point that story would work better somewhere else. Maybe if you flipped it, right?
Hmm.
So, yeah. You can see the parallels, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's where that all came from. You know, they had to have somebody to show you
You guys, the kid
just
was
what a
Jason,
monster.
I know. I think the kid's more like Jason Todd because Jason Todd was found stealing.
Oh yeah, did I say Tim
Yeah.
Drake? I meant I
Yeah.
meant Jason Todd. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Tim Drake was looking. Tim Drake figured it
Yeah,
all out. Right?
I think it's a better theory to say that Vic is a parallel to Robin, even though we
Robin,
don't have Robin.
yeah. Ultimately, but
That I could
definitely-
see. That makes
That's
a
what it
lot of
was.
sense.
It was that. It was
Yeah,
parallel to
yeah.
Robin.
It was the sidekick metaphor, but flipped on its head.
Right.
You know.
That's a real Two-Face. Stop making fun of him.
But I do wonder if they would introduce Robin because Robin is introduced in The Dark Victory.
Yeah, I think.
Oh
that
yeah.
Reeves has an age range.
How
And they did kind of visually allude to it.
Yeah,
There's
he's
some
gonna need
visual-
help.
Yeah.
I
There's
mean,
some visual
if,
subtext in that last
if you-
shot of him in the Batman.
if you realize this whole universe, right? Penguin has this gang, who have a gang, right? A bunch of henchmen. But he also got these other villains that are Arkham too. Joker, Riddler. Also got Penguin, still a villain out there. You're gonna
Hold
get
on.
Clayface. Like you can see, he can't take them all by himself, right?
Right.
Right? Oh, sorry. I'm drinking. Sorry for the burp. Whatever. But he's not going to be able to take down every villain by himself, right? I mean, it's not fucking Arkham, okay? Like that's a video game. It's like video games is really, really unrealistic. Okay, even more realistic than fictional movies, right? Like, right? Like,
The fact that Oz and Vic were running the operation in the sewers was a nod to Killer Croc. No, it wasn't.
Well,
no.
no, sewers is Penguin's always been associated with the sewers in some
Yeah.
capacity, and then it ties into
To the Batman.
Yes.
Yeah, the Batman literally operates in the tunnels of the abandoned subways in Gotham. How is it a nod to Killer Croc? I don't even get
again,
it.
Killer Croc is an example of magical realism, right?
The thing is,
If you were to put Killer Croc in the Batman, it would be magical realism. We're not going to get any magical realism out of Matt Reeves in the DC.
well, the Killer.
It just
How
ain't
you
or
Killer
in,
Croc
the,
in the
in his
Batman?
DC movie.
What do you make him
Right.
look like? Because in the comics, he does have a real. That disease is actually real. It's a real disease. He has. But I don't think it makes you look like an actual fucking crocodile, though. It just does something to
No.
your skin. So you could do something like that with Killer Croc. It just makes him skin, right?
I think there's some characters. I mean, they're definitely going to be. Well, I mean, the thing is, Clayface. Golden Age Clayface is different from the modern Clayface.
Yeah, she's gonna be a master of disguise, right?
Their bodies were found.
And maybe at some point she gets her face scarred and has to operate in disguise.
Why do they come back as Killer Croc?
By the way, the bodies were found. They were dead.
Yeah, they were found.
And why would they come back as some other kid? Like it's always like some random stretch. I guess like I'm trying to even think. Like the kid that they kill in the beginning of the Penguin is gonna come back as
Killer Croc in this. The only way you can make Killer Croc in this world if he has one of the actual skin disease he actually has. I don't know what's called.
There's no killer. As of right now, there's no Killer Croc.
No, but like you could make it work. He just is a big brute henchman with a terrible skin disease that does jobs. I don't think he'd be a main villain. I mean,
yeah, but even then, it's a bit of a like.
It's a stretch.
You make him some crazy psycho homeless guy that lives in the sewers with a irascible skin condition. Think about it, Aaron. I just like when you say it like that, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds way too far fetched for the Batman, like at all.
Because I mean, Reeves said it in that video we watched on your stream a week or two ago, where it's about.
Looks like. I mean, what he could be like Michael Myers in the last terrible Halloween movie where he lives in the sewer for 4 years.
No, Reeves says it himself. The heart of the story is about the truth behind the roots of the corruption in Gotham.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a ton of characters who pull on that thread, and none of the characters are being listed currently.
Rupert Thorne, Hush.
I mean, Mr. Freeze could be a creation out of corruption because he is technically a creation out of corruption with his boss, the boss of the company he works for. That is kind of
but it doesn't fit the aesthetic that is established. Like the whole aesthetic of Gotham is that it was a old city this is Matt Reeves's pitch, and this is in like the concept R2, and you can find him saying this in interviews. The whole idea of his version of Gotham was that Gotham was a old city that was trying to be rebuilt. But in the process of being rebuilt, there was a lot of corruption, a lot of things happened that prevented them from actually modernizing the city. And that's why the Batman is like, there's a lot of old architecture, but yet the's all this new modern technology.
They say a lot of stuff.
Nolan's trilogy had a lot of the same themes.
In different incarnations of Gotham, they say Gotham turned to the worst after Wayne's death. That's why everything changed.
Yeah. That's usually the demarcation that writers use, is that it affected the city, dramatically negatively affected the city.
But there's no Easter eggs that even support that. Like an Easter egg would have to be something that everybody can point to and then look and be like, oh yeah, this number here is
Nobody
100% a number that is referencing a comic issue. But you just saying slushy is a reference to Mr. Freeze makes no sense. Like how do you even how is that even an Easter egg? Like that's not
I'd
an
say
Easter
that
egg.
Oz and Victor's journey, it was more than just about Oz and Victor.
You know what's the Easter egg?
Yeah.
This line from the councilman, Belle, I forget her name, the mayor, is getting like corrupt cops and people on trial. You know how that's an Easter egg? Because that just if you're a Batman fan, that just sets up Two-Face.
Like this would be an Easter egg when Oz is in the room of like, when he goes into the what do you call it, with the council, the council meeting, what do you call it, like city hall, that city, like that could be a reference to the fact that the Penguin has been the mayor, and that's clearly what they're trying to set up, is that he's going to now position himself as a politician in Gotham. Right, so like you just saying, oh, here's Slushy, to now jump to Mr. Freeze, like what does Slushies have to do with Mr. Freeze besides the fact that it's a cold drink that people drink?
No, that's not what it means. He saw this ghost. It's called. She's sick for once.
Yeah, she was sick. It wasn't even a ghost. It was all in her head.
I don't think it was Gentleman Ghost.
No.
Gentleman Ghost, yeah.
How does that even set up Gentleman Ghost?
Even in the Crusader, they made Gentleman Ghost supernatural, right? Like,
yeah, I don't even.
Oh
like,
man,
I don't even.
I used to. There used to be a DC comic called Ghosts. Oh man, Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
And Ghosts.
I like him taking on supernatural. We're not gonna see a supernatural character.
No, I know. I'm just.
He's just.
Oh man, Swamp Thing in an issue of Spectre and Ghosts. Oh, maybe that's what.
Oh, do you think? No, they're not gonna do. They're not gonna do Jim Kerrigan. What's his name? Kerrigan.
Oh, Jim Corrigan.
Corrigan, yeah, because Spectre, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a Gotham detective.
I love the freaking news.
Yeah,
I think he was like the second character to ever like exist in Gotham in comics outside of that.
You know, be just a character. Lyle Bolton, Blockbuster.
But again, just like a big stupid guy who what?
Oh, you see Arkham Shadow the way he is. Oh,
yeah, I know, yeah, but again, the games are.
Yeah, the game is different.
The games have elements of magical realism in it that like Joker takes
I'm disappointed. That game
serum that turns him into a giant monster.
That game
the Titan serum.
Yeah.
That game should be released for console. I'm sorry, they should have released it on PS4.
Oh, maybe one of the kids was Secret. Remember the Secret from Young Justice?
Oh man.
Maybe they're female versions of the Dead Boy detectives.
I want to see more of Arkham. I want to see like. Even if he's not a main feature, and if he's not to be a big character in the Batman universe, I just like to see Arnold Wesker and Arkham.
Like how come Harvey Dent is not pointing out the fact that there is a needle, a glove with needles on it, and a mask? Yeah, that is a way more
Scarecrow.
Like that's actually in the show, and
we
it's
call
weird
it after.
as hell.
We didn't catch it in the show. We call it after. People call it after.
That is more, I would say, of a convincing argument that that's some type of allusion to Scarecrow. But compared to a Slushy, you know what I mean? Like that's actually hard evidence. Like I keep saying, what purpose would with a glove with needles on it? What would that serve? What would that serve?
Degrassi thinks he's not Scarecrow. He's just someone who's
a student.
Yeah, like a student. Yeah.
But see, here's the thing: where they were there in one episode and not in the next. Is my understanding that correctly?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So it feels to me like if that's not deliberate, right, and it's it's part of the visual plotting of this arc of the epic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because again, when I say Oz and Victor's journey isn't just about. It has portents for the future.
It acts so different in a typical Scarecrow, though. It acts so different than John McClane this, though.
Yeah, no, I know, but
That's why
I-
I suggested he could be like a Mad Hatter.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if it wasn't intentional and deliberate that it was there one episode and gone the next,
Well,
or
if it is
however that
Supergirl,
was from one scene to the next, if it
it
wasn't
is
intentional
Supergirl.
and deliberate, and it was just something that they changed in production that maybe they were going to allude to it more and they decided not to, because that
Yeah.
happens too. Maybe
Yeah,
it was
that
like
does
the
happen.
coffee cup. Maybe it was like the coffee cup in Game of Thrones. They forgot to.
Yeah.
But even then, it's just weird
How did people miss
that
that?
it's.
How did I know? It
Yeah, I
happens.
don't know how any. Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, the focus on the shot is of Sophia. That's probably why most people didn't pick it up and notice. But yeah, and it is very strange. It's a very strange prop, and I would say
Yeah.
that
Another-
if you were to look at that, there's no you wouldn't say, oh, it could be this character. You would definitely say that is something
the reason I
Scarecrow
thought it could
related.
be
Yeah.
Mad Hatter, because Mad Hatter's kind of creepy.
But also
Yeah,
too,
but
the way the character was and
a
his
glove. He wouldn't ever. The Mad Hatter wouldn't wear a glove and a mask like that.
yeah, he wouldn't. But the thing is, his
He's
therapy.
a neuroscientist who has a hat fetish.
Yeah, but
No, he has
Yeah.
Alice. My Alice.
but like the what's the character's name? Julian Rush.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like the way even he was psychoanalyzing people, that was also
possibly
kind of like Scarecrow. The
Yeah.
way that he was
Or Hugo
diving
Strange.
into their psyche.
Or Hugo Strange. Like
I would
Yeah,
say
it was
the more because all the stuff that we saw was about people's like inner trauma and their fear. So I would say
Also,
that was
Dr.
I
more.
Hurt.
don't know how Firefly would work.
If
He
you
would
read
just
Grant
be-
Morrison's,
I think Firefly would just be like a
Hmm.
higher goon to put things on fire. That's it.
do you remember Dr. Hurt, who created
I've been hurt.
Batman,
What's it
the
called? The
Batman of Zur-En-Arr in Bruce
Simon
Wayne's
Hurt?
consciousness?
Yes,
What was it
yeah.
called? What was the group he's called? The Black something, right? It was called the Black something.
The Black Glove. The Black Glove.
He said he was like actually Bruce's father. Remember, he used to say that he was Bruce's father.
Yeah. He tricked Bruce. It was a post Hush ruse.
Mhm.
No, yeah, Hush. What Hush was? What was that? That was the 5-page. Yeah, Hush came before that. The
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Heart of
It was
Hush. Heart of
after that.
Hush. Yeah, Heart of Hush. Yeah.
But Hush 2 starts in what, March?
What's Hush 2 after? What time period is that?
Hush 2 is current. It's the ongoing monthly DC comic. It is.
What does it take place?
Hush is going to be. It takes place in the whatever time the DC comics are in.
Oh,
You know how they all kind of exist in the same space, unless it's a series about something else. See, what's happening is out of what was the last event? What was DC's last comic event that just ended recently? That the Absolute book spun out of. What was
Okay.
it called?
I don't even know.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right, Brian?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I
There
just
was
don't
an
know why I don't
event,
know
and
that.
then there was just a big crossover event, and then the Absolute books are
Yeah,
coming
the
out now,
Absolute
and
came
then
out. Yeah,
We're not
all
gonna
DC
get-
All In is starting.
yeah. So what's going to happen is in like a year.
Harvey, you're not going to get anything Superman related in this universe.
Excuse me. But in like a year's time, there will be a crossover between the Absolute universe and the mainline DC universe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can.
yeah,
speak
they're already
with
setting
100
that up for sure.
Yeah, I can speak with 100% assuredness that is indeed happening. So yeah,
Why would the glove set up Brainiac?
They're not gonna,
Like, I think you're trolling now. Like, what?
yeah, I think
What
he's
is it?
been trolling the whole time.
I think he's been trolling this. Yeah, like.
but there's other characters with spiky hands. Yeah, I'm sure.
Catman.
Yeah, that one is a bridge
You said
too far.
Catman. Catman has claws.
The science fiction fantasy writer Philip Jose Farmer created this. It's a literary concept that helped him. I think, and more than just in his writing, but I think it also helped him put together whatever insanity was in his mind, right? Because the dude was a genius. He's also friends with my grandparents. Anyway, Philip Jose Farmer wrote a lot of books, but he wrote basically what were fake autobiographies of Tarzan and Doc Savage, right?
Oh yeah.
And within these two novels, his literary concept, the Wold Newton universe, is put forth. And basically what it is I forget what, 17 something or other, a meteorite crashes somewhere in the Atlantic northeast of the United States, and it creates a lineage in which basically every popular fictional character ever conceived is somehow interconnected and related, right? And this is the literary concept that Alan Moore uses for the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and Warren Ellis used it in Planetary. Dozens, if not hundreds, of writers have used the Wold-Newton theory.
We're not mad. We're just pointing out, like, you're not going to see Brainiac in this universe.
We're not. Nobody's mad at you, dude.
No. And if people
I think you're.
I'm not going to tell you to. I wouldn't tell you to eat shit like I did on Brucifer's stream. Like I did to somebody on Brucifer's stream the other night.
Do I know who it is? Do we know who it is?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know who it is. Because yeah,
you can tell me
funny.
after.
It was funny.
No, but the thing is,
I'm not mad. I just think
you can go back and watch it
at this point.
Brainiac's not going to be in this universe. This is strictly Batman.
I just don't know how you even, like, you're jumping to really weird conclusions. It's like me saying, well, in the background there's like a tower, and I guess that's the tower of where the Justice League is going to stay. You know, like
Babel.
It's just total randomness.
Yeah,
that's why I think you're trolling, because at this point it's like those are massive jumps in logical consistency. Like, come on.
Yeah, see, Harvey, it's either that, man, because there's no Brainiac going to be in this universe. You're not going to have Brainiac. You're not going to have Darkseid. You're not going to have Superman.
When has Brainiac ever showed up in any sort of Batman story? Like, just a standalone. This is focused on Batman's world, and we're just going to throw in Brainiac. Like, the tone doesn't match. Like, Batman has gone up against Brainiac, obviously, but I mean, not in his own stories. And this is a movie. Like, this is like an Elseworld story that is taking heavy inspiration from like The Long Halloween, like more crime. Like, it's already been established. Like, Matt Reeves has already said what the tone is, what the style is, where his inspirations lie. I mean, they even had a comic set for it. Sorry, I know that you're not angry. My bad.
We're just going to tell you one thing. Don't expect anything Superman related in this universe. We're just saying.
Yeah,
I mean, your Mr. Freeze theory has more merit than the Brainiac one.
He was, Brave and the Bold wasn't a solo Batman show, so.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a crossover. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing I don't think people realize about that movie when it finally comes is everything that comes with it. Like, it's not just a Batman. It's not even really a Batman movie. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Oh yeah, we expect Superman trailer next month in front of Mufasa. No, don't do that. Not in front of Mufasa.
I expect it any day now, and I expect there to be little to no fanfare before. I expect it to just be like, "Hey, kids, here's the Superman trailer."
That's what I think is gonna happen to Daredevil. I feel like Daredevil's just gonna be dropped randomly. That's what I feel is gonna happen to Daredevil.
I don't know if I've ever had higher hopes that I'm sure are going to be dashed
with Daredevil
than for Born Again. Yeah.
Oh, I think you just broke Brian's heart right there.
No, I don't think. I mean, it can't be that bad, can it? I mean,
yeah, I don't know if it's going to reach the heights of the original Daredevil.
I don't think. I think.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to do that. I feel like also it might just be a good show, but then it also feels like, well, I mean, it's been like 10 years since that first season. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it may not feel super fresh if they're just trying to copy what was in that Netflix show. And that's what it seems like Marvel's doing a lot. It's just a lot of copying and safe plays and you know.
I just don't expect. I'm like you, Chris. I don't expect Daredevil to be that quality. I don't. It's under Disney. Like, sorry, it's under Disney.
What is Degrassi doing?
I'm typing. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
scared for a
sorry.
minute. I was like,
Yeah, no,
it sounded
no,
like
sorry.
typing, but
I keep forgetting I'm on my laptop, and
okay, that
or I
makes
don't
sense.
keep
The sound,
forgetting,
yeah.
but yeah.
Well, I should end this stream. It's been 2 hours, and yeah, I'm gonna end this stream. Tomorrow I'm doing a stream, but I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
exactly.
think Daredevil is going to be in the Avengers movies. I actually think he's going to be in both of them.
They're all gonna be in it. I don't know. I have a feeling. Secret Wars is gonna be. I don't know. I'm a little scared of Secret Wars. I think
Yeah,
it's gonna
I
be.
mean they also I know this is not a Marvel stream, but they've been talking about
Oh,
recently what's going to happen after Secret Wars. Like
oh
as
I
yeah.
if we
really
need
don't.
to
I
really
don't even think
know
they.
all of that.
I don't think they know, dude.
I don't think Spidey knows.
No, I agree. I think
They,
they know, yeah, it's going to be X-Men related, but I don't think they know what story, what the characters are, like how is this all going to shake out.
yeah. Did you see
Yeah.
what Kevin Feige said about Wolverine and Deadpool?
What did he say?
No,
I
I
think I
didn't see
saw.
that.
What did he say?
Again, like when I bring like I don't remember the source. I would have to like there
Okay.
most everything if I didn't sourced it directly for myself. Trust me, bro. It's something I've read online or found online or in the trades or something, and that it's immediately verifiable. And this is we just have to find it. Okay. Somebody asked them, are you in, are we going to see Deadpool and Wolverine again? And if so, when? And
Right.
Kevin Feige said something along the lines of, it is imperative that we get them in as much as we can, as quickly as we can. Again, I'm paraphrasing what he
That
said.
sounds like desperation to you?
I don't think it sounds like desperation. I think they're just going to try to ride this wave.
Yeah, they're riding the wave. In other words, they don't got a clue.
I guarantee
They're
you,
just
Deadpool,
like whatever
Wolverine,
works, we'll stick with it.
Deadpool, Wolverine. If they're in the Avenger movies, we're not gonna get what we saw in Deadpool. Wolverine. It's not gonna be rated R. I'm sorry, like they won't do that.
Around the same time that interview broke or whatever is when people started talking about the original concept, the original idea, and some of the original outline for Deadpool 3 was going to be just Deadpool in the MCU, but you just never saw him.
Yeah, I read that. He was at the Avengers. He was at the Avengers.
Yeah, or somehow through some kind of sacred timeline shenanigans, everybody just forgot about him, which is basically what they're going to do with the X-Men, right? What's like they're doing with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
they're basically pulling a Heroes Reborn. The Fantastic Four, everybody that we've been watching for the last 16 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just forgot about them because somehow they got dusted or whatever to their own place, to their own somebody made
back to the universe.
Yeah, somebody shunted them into their own universe or whatever.
How does that work? How do you get dusted back into your own universe? That shouldn't work.
No, what I'm saying is they were part of the 616 with everyone else, right? At some point, whether it was in the sacred timelines past or not, or present day, they got something happened. Something happened that basically put them in their own universe, and everybody in our timeline, when I say our, I mean the one we've been watching for the last 16 years.
They're ahead of us.
they forgot. Everybody forgot. Like when Wanda said no more mutants, there were literally no more mutants. They were off in their own little pocket universe doing Age of Apocalypse. Right?
All because of the snap?
Or a snap-like event. because that's what I mean. The Infinity Gauntlet, the Infinity. What was the second one called? There was the Infinity War and
Endgame.
no, I'm talking about the
No.
comics.
Oh.
You know how bad I was
Infinity,
looking for Nova?
Infinity War and Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, you know how bad I wanted to see Gamora snap Thanos into oblivion?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
That would have been a nice
Oh,
payoff.
Nothing can't be one for one. I understand that. I'm good
it
with
had to be
that.
Tony.
I grew up with all of my superhero media outside of comic books never being one to one, so I'm used to it. Yeah, you know, I had a Spider-Man on TV for a season. The dude was like 40 years old. You know, to me, he was like an old man. He had a job.
Oh, Toby?
Mm.
No, Nicholas Hammond on the Amazing Spider-Man show. Right, it was on CBS for like half a season, and it was awesome. It was like a newspaper like crime. Like I don't know, it defies explanation. My dad liked it because he likes that shit, and we watched it. I liked it. He liked it. We watched it. It was great. Sadly, it ended too soon, not because of ratings, because of costs, right? And they couldn't use any like real. They used like J. Jonah Jameson. They didn't use any other Marvel characters at all except for Daily Bugle characters. And it was. You watch it now and you're like, but man, back in what 78, 79 or whatever, that shit was boss. You know what I mean? And I forget what my point was. I started branching off there, and I lost my track of where I was getting at. I was doing a Trump weave. Had to get back around to where I was started. But Spider-Man, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I was getting at. I forgot, guys. Sorry.